this little titanium screwdriver works on all of this stuff. What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar with MFin Research, and today I've got this little guy. This is the MecArmy EH4 titanium screwdriver. MecArmy sent this guy out to me. They've got a Kickstarter going on in this bad boy, so they wanted to get my thoughts, see what actual people think about this thing. Just to be upfront, they sent it to me no cost, no money changed hands or anything like that. You're gonna get my honest opinion just like everything else I do. So with that, like always, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this guy. I'm gonna tell you how I plan on using this guy, give you some ideas on how you might use this guy, talk about the things that I like about the EH4, and talk about some of the areas maybe that they can improve in the future. Let's look at this guy and let's look at all the features. It's a titanium alloy carabiner. It's got 3 4mm double-sided bits. There's a T6/T8, a PH4/SL 3.5, and then you've got the Allen H1.5 H2. In the primary hex slot, it's magnetic. On one side, you notice a 2-inch ruler. On the other side, you'll notice a 5cm ruler. There's a secondary hex location, but it's not magnetic. There's a key loop. There's a nice ball detent to hold the lid locked. One thing that I do like is you don't have to take all the bits out all the time to get to all the bits, but we'll look at that a little bit later. And while it isn't like 70% of the EDC gadgets out there, it doesn't have a built-in bottle opener, but you can open a bottle with it if you need to. I tried the bits in the Hoto Precision Driver. They work in the secondary slot, no problem, but the magnetic primary slot, they won't magnetize in there. So inside the box, you'll get the EH4 and you'll get a small split ring. So when MecArmy reached out to me, I wasn't sure of the use case, and then I looked in my Amazon wish list and realized I had the Otical D1 in there, and this is kind of that same vein, but there are some differences and there's some advantages to going with this over something like that. One of the things I thought about is this could be that secondary screwdriver when you need two. For some knives out there, it works better if you have 2 screwdrivers. I like that it's small, it's compact. You can clip it pretty much anywhere. You can clip it on a bag, you can clip it on your belt, you can clip it on an accessory pouch. One of the things that I did like is other screwdriver tools, they take up space in your pouch because they're gonna be a dedicated slot. This one, I like that it's a carabiner, so it gives an added functionality. You can just clip this to the belt loop or whatever loops on your pouch, and I'll show you that right now. And what I recommend is you take something like this guy right here. This is a magnet to get that quick release action, and that way you can separate it from the rest of the tools that are on the keyring. So now let's go to the screen and let's take a look and walk through the Kickstarter real quick. So looking at the Kickstarter, as of the data upload, I think this should be out by the 1st of August, so you've got just a little bit shy of a month left. Looking at the goal, you got it 100% backed already, so it looks like it's going to be a go. I think it was an all or nothing Kickstarter campaign, so this is just going to walk you through some of the features that they have going on. And this is some of the different looks that you'll see. It says that it's 41 grams. I did weigh it myself and verified that myself. See how they have it in the clips, the pockets, it goes pretty much anywhere, so it's nice and small. And now let's go down to the important part. What we all care about is the different levels. So what I'm going to do is show you the levels right here. There's the split ring, that's an option. So you got the options between the aluminum, the stainless steel, or the titanium, or you can get more than one. And then there's your shipping costs and all that good stuff. And I'll put the link in the description if you're interested in joining the Kickstarter. So now how I'm going to use this thing. As you guys probably know by now, I am a fan of cigars. This is my cigar EDC kit, and it's probably gonna just stay clipped right back here on this like that. And the reason for that is while I'm outside, I usually use that opportunity to kind of repair some stuff. So I have one of the bits here, and I'm just gonna show you what that's gonna look like. And I think I need the other side for some of this stuff. So one of the things on these guys, what happens every now and then is this button sticks. And what you have to do is there's 2 screws that sit under here. You have to back those off. So with this, I can get to those screws. I don't think I can get to one of the screws, but I can do some of that. Last night what I did, and I'll just show you how the screws are working in here, and I was wrong. So I cleaned this guy out. So I took it completely apart. I am not gonna do that again today because there's 4 springs in here that they shoot everywhere, and I got lucky last night trying to keep it in place. So you see, screw came out no problem. There's just 5 more just like it, and that's what I do. Same thing for the lighters. Sometimes I'll take the lighters apart. I'm not going to take that one apart, but I don't mind taking this one apart. And wrong bit for this one. So see, you can get the bits out, up, drop both of them, and that's okay. So usually I'll leave this one on the edge, just like that, close to the detent, because I use that one the least, and then I can get to the other two pretty easily. So sits right in there. See, it's magnetized. And now we just go in here. So this gives me the opportunity while I'm sitting outside in the garage watching YouTube videos or a movie or whatever, is I can do some things, touch up my lighters, repair them if something's wrong with them. What I did with this one is it had a whole bunch of tobacco leaves in here, so I had to clean all that gunk out, so that was cool. So one of the things I'll probably do, I haven't decided completely on the Leatherman yet, but on this guy for sure, I'm gonna take the pocket clip off, because since I've had it, I've never used the pocket clip. So I just get in there just like that. You see that's coming loose just like that. And I'll take that guy apart, take those out. I need to clean it first, so we'll do that a little bit off screen. But as you see, it was easy to use. What I will show you real quick is just the other side, using it right there. I don't like using this side as much, but if it's, say you want to use it for some of the hotel bits that you got, it'll do the trick. It's just not as easy to use as the magnetic side, which is pretty obvious. So like I said, it's gonna sit in the garage with me, hooked right back in there. It's even small enough if I wanted to, I could just slip it back there, and it's there just to be used. So like I said, sitting it back there, it's sitting in there, and it takes up next to no space. It doesn't get in the way of anything, and I'm good to go. So now that I've shown it in action, we've gone through the Kickstarter a little bit, we've talked about the specs and features and all that good stuff. Let's talk about what I actually like about using this guy. So first up, it's very easy to use. I didn't have any problems using it on any other items that you saw. You saw me using it live, so that wasn't a problem. I feel like the bits included are a good choice. I don't know if I'd have the Allen, but for everything you saw here, I was able to use the bits without switching anything out. So I do think they're gonna hit, I'd say 70, 80% of the tasks that you're gonna use a precision driver for. So I think that's a cool idea. It seems to be very well made. I haven't seen any loose parts. It feels well in the hand. One thing I will say, the action on the carabiner is pretty solid, so get a listen at that. And because of the form factor, it pretty much disappears wherever you put it. I actually had it in my pocket all day when I first got it, and actually forgot I had it there. So I thought I dropped it, thought I lost it somewhere, and I realized it was in my pocket the whole time. So that's a good thing. It's not going to take up much space, so I really like that. So everything's not all great. I'm not all jaded because they sent it to me to try out, to hear my thoughts and all that good stuff. While it is cool, while I really do like it, there are a few things that I'd recommend for maybe, I guess, a version 2. So the first thing, when you compare it to some of the other carabiners that I have, I've just got a sampling right here on the table right now. I wish that the loop was a little bit bigger. One of the things that I did find is, while it fit no problem on a belt loop or backpack D-rings or anything like that, if I wanted to put it on the grab handle on my backpack, it really didn't fit too well depending on the backpack. Hey, I hope you're liking the video so far. Don't forget to like, comment with any gear reviews you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe to MFin Research. Any support helps grow my little small corner of the EDC community. Now back to the video. The ruler, while it's done very well, I could take that or I could leave that. It's not really a benefit to me. There's probably a handful of applications where I'm gonna need a ruler this small, so it's not really that big of a deal for me. I'd recommend an alternative tool for this, maybe a small pen or a file. You put a file right there. I know that might be a bit of work in the machining, but that's something you could do. Or what you don't see a lot of in EDC tools, and I use a ton of, is a small level. When you beef this out, you could maybe make a level in it or something like that. I don't know how complicated that is to manufacture. So I'm just throwing my suggestions out there. One more thing, and it may become further down the line, give us some more double-sided bit options. Double-sided 4mm bits are hard to find. So if I wanted something else instead of maybe one of the ones that's included, I'd love to get that opportunity. So the last thing that I'll show you is, this is the key ring that came with the EH4. This is the key ring that I used on the EH4. Notice the big size difference. I really didn't like using the small key ring. I'd recommend something bigger. If you noticed on the Kickstarter, they had the larger titanium split ring. Just make that come standard. That fixes the key ring problem, and I think we're good to go. I think that makes us a pretty solid portable tool if you want to use it. So those are my thoughts on the EH4 by MecArmy. I think it's a cool little tool. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna use it probably at least once a week. It's gonna sit outside in the garage with me, so definitely excited about that. Let me know what you guys think. Would you be interested in something like that? What about it doesn't work out for you? What's a deal breaker? I'm sure that'd be something good to hear in the comments. I'm sure MecArmy would like to hear the feedback too. So let me know. Let me know what you think. So as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'm Lamar with MFin Research, and I'm out.